live on YouTube, live on Rumble. Good afternoon, hello, welcome to This Day in History, AKTDH. I'm Alexander, UVRU. We will be joined by Nicole and Loon here shortly. Today is Woden's Day, aka Odin's Day, July 29th, 2026. This show is about interesting and important events that happened today throughout the annals of recorded history. We have a 43-page document today, so a little bit on the longer side. Let's get to it. Starting us off in the year 587 BC, the Neo-Babylon Empire sacked Jerusalem and destroyed the first temple. Here we go. 238, the Roman Senate and Praetorian Guard proclaimed 13-year-old Gordian III as emperor, the youngest ever emperor of a united Rome. It says here, the other source, the Praetorian Guard revolted against emperors Balbinus and Pepinus and arrested them. Alright. 362, Emperor Julianus of Constantinople's school edict prohibited Christian teachers from using pagan literature, which was the standard text for classical education at the time. So it's going to make it kind of hard to teach, isn't it? 615, Pakal ascended the throne of Palenque at the age of 12. 14 centuries ago, 626 of ours under Kagan Bayan began the siege of Constantinople, which failed, preserving the Eastern Roman Empire. And don't mind the leaf blower, hopefully it's not too loud out there. Yeah, it's the yard maintenance specialist day, comes every Wednesday. 904, Byzantine city Thessalonica, hold on a second, Thessalonica was sacked by Sarkian pirates led by renegade Leo of Tripoli. So we have from the other source here, sack of Thessalonica. Saracen raiders under Leo of Tripoli sacked the city, the Byzantine Empire's second largest city, after a short siege and plundered it for a week. Wow. 1014, Battle of Stromitsa Valley, Byzantines destroyed Bulgarian armies. So we have the Byzantine-Bulgarian Wars, Battle of Claudion. Byzantine Emperor Basil II inflicted a decisive defeat on the Bulgarian army, and his subsequent treatment of 15,000 prisoners reportedly caused Tsar Samuel of Bulgaria to die of a heart attack less than 3 months later on October 6th. Now, how do we correlate that to this 3 months? How can you figure out, like if somebody died from a heart attack, oh, it was from this event 3 months ago. How do you figure that out? That makes no sense. 1030, Battle of Stiklesland. Norwegian King Olaf II was killed while trying to reclaim the throne. One of the most famous Norwegian battles. Interesting, I never heard of it. So we have the Ladjerzar Fairhair Succession Wars, Battle of Stiklestad. King Olaf II fought and died trying to regain his Norwegian throne from the Danes. 1148, the siege of Damascus ended in a decisive Crusader defeat and led to the disintegration of the Second Crusade. 1179, Lando Setono proclaimed the anti-pope Innocent III. 1221, Emperor Go Horikawa, aged only 10 years, ascended to the chrysanthemum throne of Japan. Wow. Like, we have a lot of young crownings going on today. What's with it? 1279, 5 emissaries who were dispatched by Kublai Khan from the Mongol Yuan dynasty were beheaded in Japan. And that's not going to be the only beheading article we're going to cover today. We have some prison riot going on, but that's much farther later on. 1565, the widowed Mary, Queen of Scots, married Henry Stuart, Lord Darnley, Duke of Albany. That's all one Albany. That's all one guy. That's his titles, everything. At Holyrood Palace in Edinburgh, Scotland, in a Catholic ceremony. 1566, Great Britain executed Agnes Waterhouse, the first British woman convicted of witchcraft, in Chelmsford, England. Yikes. 1 year later, in 1567, an infant James VI was crowned the King of Scots at the Church of the Holy Rood in Stirling, following the forced abdication of his mother, Mary, Queen of Scots. So wow. So we just keep going down in age as time goes by. It's kind of weird. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Golden Moon.
How you doing?
Good.
Yeah. So I just want to do a quick little recap just for you. So
okay.
We have the first temple was destroyed in Jerusalem after it got sacked in 587 BC. We have a 13-year-old becoming emperor, the youngest ever emperor of a united Rome.
Wow.
Let's see here. School edict prohibited Christian teachers from using pagan literature, which was standard text for classical education at the time. So kind of difficult to do your job if you're not allowed to do it, right?
Yeah.
You know. So I'm just trying to find like the other, because we have a lot of kids who are crowned. So like we spoke about that 13-year-old.
Yeah.
We have here at 10 years old, ascended to the ascended to the chrysanthemum throne in Japan. Let's see here. Do we have infant James VI? We just covered that one just now. So an infant.
Okay.
So 1579. Spanish King Philip II arrested plotters Antonio Perez and Princess Van Eboli. What were they plotting? Like an assassination, a coup, or this is just telling me about the guy here. So if anyone can look this up, let us know.
That's the thimble guy.
Yeah, it is the thimble guy. You're right. Yeah, so he good old thimble head, arrested some plotters, but what were they plotting? Let us know in the comments. 1585, University of Frankenair / University of Friesland opened in the Netherlands, and that is what I believe that is right there. So, yeah, really old. So I'm gonna image search that really quick. Why am I getting pinged? Yeah, there it is right there. So. Yeah, sorry. But we have some artist rendition of it, so it looks like a church university type thing. It has it kind of looks like a European mission when you think about it.
Yeah, a little
but
bit.
The courtyard and everything,
Yeah.
So which explains how the missions, got there. I mean, look at that. Like, that right here, if it loads. Are you going to load? Oh, there it is. And that looks like a mission right there,
Yeah.
So.
At least the church part of it does.
Yeah. 1588, the invincible Spanish Armada was sighted approaching England, and several skirmishes followed, forcing the invading fleet to make a long and costly retreat around Scotland and Ireland. So, from our source, we have Anglo-Spanish War, Battle of Gravelines, English naval forces under the command of Lord Charles Howard and Sir Francis Drake defeated the Spanish Armada off the coast of Gravelines in France. Wow, Francis Drake? Yeah, you're kind of screwed there. 1609, Samuel D. Champlain shot and killed 2 Iroquois chiefs at Ticonderoga in New York, setting the stage for French-Iroquois conflicts for the next 150 years.
Ooh.
But one little mistake, and you can really cause
Slight
some serious problems.
Yeah.
So, 1629, French colonist Samuel D. Champlain surrendered Montreal to British privateers led by David Kirk after a blockade of the colony. 1655, the largest town hall in the world at the time, opened in Amsterdam. And I looked this up for trying to find a thumbnail. I'm not sure though if this is saying in which U.S. state is the largest city hall in the country. Well, this is Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Not so is this even Amsterdam or is that some U.S. state? So
it doesn't look like something from the U.S.
I'm
I
not
guess
sure.
it could be on the East Coast. Oh, look at that.
Yeah. I don't know what the actual building of this Amsterdam. That's a gorgeous building right there. So what else do we got here? 1665, the Dutch Vok troops and their allies attacked the fort of Asadi, driving out Makaskar and Homolalese defenders during the Great Amdan War in modern Indonesia. No idea. This is 1665. The Homolalese, interesting name. If anybody wants to know who Vok is or what Vok was and everything, Misty Studio, they do a good videos from time to time. They can be a little rough around the edges, they are Europeans, so they don't hold their punch. Normal Europeans don't hold their punches when it comes to what they have to say about people who aren't them. Not really not really calling them prejudice or anything. Just saying they don't care about what they say. They just say what they have to say, and that
say what's on their mind.
That's actually really admirable. But anyway, let's see here. Vok, Dutch East India Company. So this link and all other links that we gather throughout the show will appear after the live stream in the under bar description. We already have a lot of cool things down there, though, including Unlimited to All Things Omni Coalition, links to our various sources, the music in the background, and as I said, after the live stream, those links, various other cool things. 1676, Nathaniel Bacon was declared a rebel for assembling frontiersmen to protect settlers from Native Americans. How does it make him a rebel? He's trying to protect people.
Yeah.
What? So what? You want him to just sit there and die? What do you want? 69-3, War of the Grand Alliance, Battle of Landen / Neerwinden. France won a Pyrrhic victory, over Allied forces in the Spanish Netherlands. Now, what is a Pyrrhic victory, you may ask? I know I'm not pronouncing it right. It's a victory gained at such a cost to the victor that it is tantamount to defeat. So the phrase refers to a statement attributed to Pyrrhus of Epirus after his victory against the Romans in the Battle of Ascalon in 279 BC. Plutarch reported that Pyrrhus exclaimed, quote, "One more victory over the Romans and we are completely done for," end quote. So, yeah, so like, which means, like, you know, they won, but at such an incredible cost that, you know, wasn't even worth the fight. So, Pyrrhic victory.
So they won, but it wasn't worth it.
Well, was it though? I mean, would they, if they didn't even fight, would they all die? I mean, at least some are alive.
Yeah.
So, 1715, 10 Spanish treasure galleons sunk off the Florida's coast in a hurricane. I wonder if they were like laden with gold or spices or something. You know, Spanish. 1715. They're there for some reason. 1751, first international world title prize fight. Jack Stack of England defeated challenger M. Petit of France in 29 minutes in England. Okay. 1773, first schoolhouse west of the Allegheny Mountains was completed in Shoenbrunn, Ohio. Now, I have something very interesting to show you. Not that. This one here. So, that's like, you know, that's like a log cabin and everything.
Yeah.
That's what I got when I looked this up.
Ah.
Right there. Now, I want to show you right here. 1936, press photo, first schoolhouse in Shoenbrunn, Ohio. So, at least as far back as 1936, that's the same structure.
That's 150 years difference.
Yes. But, I mean, like...
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm not... Well, no. This is still the same structure as this.
Yeah.
It looks like, at least. So I'm not sure if it's actually the original or, like, a rebuilt or something. I don't know. It kind of looks original. What else do we got here? 1773, Santa Marta earthquakes destroyed much of the capital city of Santiago de los Caballeros de Guatemala in New Spain, which is now Antigua, Guatemala. Over 500 people were killed instantly, and 600 more died later from resulting disease and starvation. Thank you. 1775, founding of the U.S. Army Judge Advocate General's Corps. General George Washington appointed William Tudor as Judge Advocate of the Continental Army. 1783, Skaffatar volcano in Iceland erupted, killing about 9,000 people.
Ooh.
1786, the Pittsburgh Gazette, the first newspaper west of the Alleghenies, was published. Here we go again with the Alleghenies. Like, what is the Alleghenies? What is that?
Don't know.
The mountains. There's some mountain range. I've never heard of them, though. An image search this. Here we go. That's just a book or something. So, the Daily Pittsburgh Gazette, that might be it. So, I'm not sure. I
the Alleghenies. I've heard of the Alleghenies. You pronounced it right.
Oh, Alleghenies?
Yeah.
Okay. What are the Alleghenies?
I believe they're mountains.
Okay. 1793, John Graves Simcoe decided to build a fort and settlement in Toronto after sailing into the bay. And we all know that as Toronto, you know, in Ontario, Canada.
Yeah.
1818, French physicist Augustin Fresnel submitted his prize-winning memoir on the diffraction of light, precisely accounting for the limited extent to which light spreads into shadows, and thereby demolishing the oldest objection to the wave theory of light. So, you know, light waves and all that stuff. I'm going to look this up here really quick. It's just telling me about the actual guy. So, Fresnel's physical optics, that might be it. But anything actually pertaining to this guy, this is 1818. I'm way, well, it's not even on primary source. Right here. If you can pause the video and take a screenshot of this, like, let us know what you find about this in the comments. Not just for your own education, you know, or for ours, but anybody else, you know, who's watching this, looking in the comments to see, you know, what other people have found. 1835, the first sugar plantation in Hawaii was established. I'm sure we covered that already. Like yesterday or the day before, recently, we talked about the first something
in Hawaii.
In Hawaii. Was it the coconuts?
No, it was sugar.
It was sugar.
I remember thinking that when the land got too expensive in Hawaii,
Yeah.
they moved to Cuba,
Ah, yeah.
started growing sugar.
You think they would have already, like, the Spanish would have started growing sugar in Cuba in, like, the 1800s.
Maybe.
So, this is 1835.
I know.
1836, inauguration of the Arc de Triomphe in Paris, France. So there it is. This is actually 1840, this artist rendition. But, like, you know, it shows festivities around this whole thing. It is interesting to look at what this land looked like before. I mean, you have a whole forest.
Yeah.
Or there's nothing there. Now it's all city and skyscrapers and. And
welcome to progress.
Is it really progress?
No.
Like,
Questionable.
yeah. This is a cool shot. Like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I can barely see the blue here.
Yeah.
So.
Red, white, and blue. Yeah.
Well, that's not the United States. That's French.
Yeah.
We're red, white, and blue as well.
Yeah.
You know. So. But yeah, like, you know, now we have like buildings and such, you know, around it.
Yeah, it's all
Yeah.
major traffic, everything.
Look at that. It's
Isn't
just
that cool?
it looks so awesome. 1847, Cumberland School of Law was founded in Lebanon, Tennessee, United States. There's a Lebanon in Tennessee? What the hell? Well, there's a Memphis in Tennessee as well, you know, I tell you what. At the end of 1847, only 15 law schools exist in the United States. Well, that's better than only 14. 1848, during the Irish potato famine, the Tipperary Revolt, an unsuccessful nationalist revolt against British rule, was put down by police. So, Great Famine of Ireland, hold on a second, I misspelled that. Tipperary Revolt in County Tipperary, Ireland. Then, in the United Kingdom, an unsuccessful nationalist revolt against British rule was put down by police. 1851, Annibale de Gasparis discovered asteroid 15 Eunomia. Wow. Let's take a look at this. This guy discovered this floating rock in space. Awesome. 1858, Treaty of Amity and Commerce, also known as the Harris Treaty, was signed between the United States and Japan, opening Japanese ports to trade. Awesome. 1862, during the U.S. Civil War, Confederate spy Bell Boyd, I guess, was arrested by Union troops and detained at the old Capitol Prison in Washington, D.C. 2 years later, 1864, during the U.S. Civil War as well, Battle of Macon, Georgia, Stoneman's Raid. The third and last day of the Battle of Deep Bottom Run, Virginia. There we go again with that Deep Bottom Run. 1874, Major Walter Clopton Winfield patented a portable tennis court. Now, how do you portable tennis courts?
Good question.
Like, here we have this.
How weird.
It shows, like, I guess, like you do you stake it down or something?
I have no
like,
idea.
But yeah, if I do an image search of this article, like, you know, there's that image we just saw, and let's see here, what does this say? He created the game known as lawn tennis in 1874. He called it Svaristike, which means ball games.
Huh.
It's an interesting name. It looks like they're like playing in some kind of shower. There's tiles on the ground.
Yeah.
Like, weird. So. Yeah, like what is that? Is that's obviously the net. So, and when you think about it, like outside of like the poles there and all that stuff, like tennis, volleyball, stuff, that they are portable, you know. But like, how are you gonna hang up the net? So that's probably what this is. It's probably like a whole thing that you unroll, because you can see that there's like a kind of like a mesh thing on either side. So it's kind of like it seems like a tent, but like a 1D tent, if I'm making any sense.
Yeah.
You know? 1884, Society of Independent Artists was founded in Paris by Albert Dubois Pillet, Odilon Redon, Georges Stewart, and Paul Signac. Huh. Let me do a surface level scratch of this really quick. Society des Artistes Indépendants. Alright. And this is all, okay, it's not in French. Okay, good. So I'm just going to throw this in the underbar section really quick. And it was formed in Paris on July 29th, 1884, as we just read here. The association began with the organization of massive exhibitions in Paris, choosing the slogan, sans jury ni récompense, without jury nor reward. Albert Dubois Pilot, we talked about that. We're among the founders. For the following 3 decades, their annual exhibition set the trends in art of the early 20th century, along with the Salon d'Automne. This is where artworks were often first displayed and widely discussed. World War I brought a closure to the Salon, though the Artistes Independants remained active. Since 1920, the headquarters has been located in the vast basements of the Grand Palais, next door to the Société des Artistes Français and the Société Nationale des Beaux-Arts and the Société du Salon d'Automne and others. All right.
So they went underground.
Yeah.
So to speak.
Literally and figuratively. 1899, first motorcycle race at Manhattan Beach, New York. And it's telling me to image search this really quick. Now, I'm not sure if this is actual at that one. This just says first motorcycle race. So
it's awful modern motorcycles to be first motorcycle race, but
I don't know. I mean, like,
they don't look like that.
the old motorcycles. I mean,
No, the one you had up there racing.
yeah.
Those look pretty damn modern.
I don't know. Maybe they are. I don't know. That's yeah. You know how much of a stickler I am. I got to have an appropriate, time appropriate picture and all that stuff. 1899, Southern California Golf Association formed.
Oh,
All right.
Okay.
And the first Hague Convention concerning land war customs and laws was signed. 1900, King Umberto I of Italy was assassinated in Italy by Italian-born anarchist Gaetano Braschieri. His son, Victor Emmanuel III, 31 years old, succeeded to the throne. So the son of the king who got killed. So
Better than the 13-year-old.
Yeah. They actually reversed the numbers.
Exactly.
901, land lottery began in Oklahoma. Yep. 1902, Union of Orthodox Rabbis of U.S. and Canada formed. Why not include Mexico and just make it North America a union? And why are they excluding the brown people? I find that kind of problematic. That's probably why they're not doing that in Mexico. I mean, when you look at the Jews' actual belief, it's very hateful. 1905, U.S. Secretary of War William Howard Taft made a secret agreement with Japanese Prime Minister Katsura, agreeing to give Japan free reign in Korea in return for non-interference with the U.S. and the Philippines. Dude, this type of stuff makes you want to throw up. Like, we're talking about like foreign powers going in and working with each other to fuck with other foreign powers and entire lives. Dude, nobody, no entity should be this powerful to just make a deal with a rival. Be like, oh, well, you can go and oppress those people. We'll leave you alone if you leave us alone while we do the same thing to these people. Like, what the hell? 1907, first helicopter sent in Douai, France. And that's where we have this. Here's that one image. Yeah. And I'll actually show you the full machine right here. Look at this thing, if it loads. It's a giant contraption. Yeah.
But we were seeing only a portion of it.
Oh, we were just seeing the fuselage. Like, look at that.
Look at that crazy thing.
Yeah. No, this is what we were seeing, just this part right here. And then there's these huge things. Well, I mean, just
yeah, you can see the belts up there to turn that thing around. The big.
Yeah.
I can't see the belts all that great, but you can see how it hooks to those. Oh, those are blades. Are those belts or not?
No, these are belts here.
Okay, they are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, those are just spin.
Holy crap.
They spin. Wow. Like, yeah, you can see kind of. Yeah, there's a belt right there. Yeah. That's wild. 1907 helicopter. So, wow, what is that wild thing? Double bladed. What else do we got here? 1907 as well. Sir Robert Baden-Powell formed the Boy Scouts in England. So he set up the Brownsea Island Camp in Poole Harbour on the south coast of England. The camp ran from August 1st to August 9th and is regarded as the foundation of the scouting movement. Now, what the Scouts actually are is they're a paramilitary organization to normalize being a soldier to children. Like, they're teaching them, like survival things, which is nice. Don't get me wrong. On the surface level, it's all fine and good. Oh, blah, blah. They're teaching them all this stuff. But nobody stops and thinks, why are we teaching 5-year-olds how to start a fire? Why are we teaching 5-year-olds how to survive out in the wilderness? Well,
I don't think they're 5. They're older than that. I don't
Well,
think
10 years
yeah.
old don't
Yeah.
need to learn it. I guess back in 1907, they did. So, but I mean, because of the Boy Scouts, and their success in England, it's brought it up over here. Because of that, Hitler created the Hitler Youth, inspired by the Boy Scouts. So, 908, St. Louis Browns future Baseball Hall of Fame pitcher Rube Waddle struck out 16 Philadelphia A's in a 5-4 win against his previous team at Sportsman's Park 2, St. Louis. Traitor! 1910, J.W.E.L. Hilgers was the first Dutchman to fly above Dutch territory. That's pretty cool. We also have the two-day Slova massacre commenced in Texas, a race riot in which more than 100 black stadiums were murdered. Terrible. 1913, independence of the Principality of Albania was recognized by the Conference of London. 1914, first transcontinental phone link made between New York City and San Francisco. So now you can, pick up a phone. Can you imagine? That is mind-blowing. 1914 as well, in response to Austria's declaration of war on Serbia, Russian diplomats and generals urged general mobilization, but the Tsar called for partial mobilization. While that was going all on, the Cape Cod Canal was open. All right, I'm gonna do an image search of this really quick.
Where is that?
Over by Cape Cod.
Is this in Cape Cod?
I think actually, I don't know. I'll go check this out. Cape Cod Canal, waterway in Massachusetts.
Okay, it is.
Okay. Well, all right. I don't know where Cape Cod is, so I presume it's in Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Well, what else do we got here? In 1915, Pirates Honus Wagner at 41 hit a grand slam home run. So Pittsburgh Pirates, not an actual swashbuckler or any of that.
Yeah, baseball pirate.
1916, Cochrane and Matheson forest fire, 500,000 acres or 2,000 kilometers squared. In size in Ontario took approximately 223 lives and led to improved techniques and legislation for the prevention and control of forest fires. Yep. 1920, construction of the Link River Dam began as part of the Calumet Reclamation Project in Oregon. I'm gonna look this up here really quick. Link River Dam. Just gonna throw this in the let's see, Link River Dam. Throw this in there. Concrete gravity dam on Link River in the city of Calumet Falls, Oregon. It was built in 1921. Okay, yeah, because this is when it started in 1920 by the California Oregon Power Company, COPCO. It's not good, COPCO. It's like a police corporation. The predecessor of Pacific Corp, which continues to operate the dam. The dam is owned by the U.S. Bureau of Reclamation. Okay. What else do we got here? 1920, first successful transcontinental U.S. airmail flight from New York to San Francisco. So I wonder if they intentioned that, because that's the anniversary of the telephone thing. And then now we have the first successful U.S. airmail flight.
I don't think one has anything to do with the other.
But
same day.
But I mean, they're both from New York to San Francisco.
Yeah.
So that's the correlation right there. 1920, Mexican revolutionary leader Pancho Villa surrendered to the interim government of Adolfo de la Huerta, ending his armed struggle in exchange for amnesty and a ranch in Chihuahua. 1921, Adolf Hitler became leader of the National Socialist German Workers' Party.
Right.
Yeah, that's when everything went to shit. 21 as well. Cleveland's 125th anniversary celebration. Cy Young, at the age of 52, pitched 2 innings. Nice. We also have new...
Amazing.
Yeah, very nice. Yeah, 54. 2 entire innings. That's a lot of pitch. 21, new language rules gave equal rights to the Flemish and Walloons in Belgium. All right. The Walloons, Flemings... 22, Greek troops defeated Turkish forces and are on their way to Constantinople, but the Allies forbade them from taking the city. That's weird. Why would you want to halt and advance? I don't know, maybe they want to do a joint thing or something? I don't know. 23, Albert Einstein spoke about pacifism in Berlin. Nobody was listening, though, unfortunately.
No.
The communist,
he got out of Dodge.
Well, especially to people like him, which is very unfortunate, but... the Communist Party of Germany, the KPD, held Struggle Day against fascism in Germany. 27, the first iron lung installed at Bellevue Hospital in New York.
Yikes.
27. So, freaking terrifying stuff. 27 as well, Philadelphia Mead scored his 100th century. Oh, Phil Med. Okay, that's his name. Scored his 100th century. Hampshire versus Northants. It's cricket. 28, Cleveland Indians scored 17 in the first 2 innings to defeat the New York Yankees 24-6 at Dunn Field. Yeah, they were done. Setting a record with 24 singles in 1 game. Holy crap. 28, test footage was first created for Walt Disney's Steamboat Willie featuring Mickey Mouse. 1930, 115 degrees Fahrenheit or 46 Celsius was recorded in Holly Springs, Mississippi. State record. You know, like, if all these friggin' liberal nut jobs and, you know, these environmentalist lunatics, you know, climate change, global warming, global cooling, blah, 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 climate change, you know, 115 degrees, state record, which is their still state record, 95 years ago. If climate change is really like, you know, the you know, end of the world as you portray it, wouldn't we already be burnt up by now? You know, I mean, like, weren't they saying that, did we have an article that, like, 1936, it said by 1940, all of our petroleum would be used up or something? They've been doing this shit for almost 100 years. Yeah. Wake up, everybody. It's all crap. I mean, does the climate change? Yes. You know?
Yeah, of course it does. But changing. This world is constantly changing.
Yes. But the amount that we contribute, both positive and negative, is so negligible that it might as well not even exist. These people have got to, you know, they need to wake up.
Lifetime, yeah. And
well, in multiple lifetimes.
Yes,
you know?
Comparing to Mother Nature and the Earth, yeah, generational.
Yeah.
And it makes no difference.
And see,
but where they lost me is back in the 60s, climate cooling. That's going to do us, we're going to all freeze over.
Well, it was global cooling, then global warming, and then they just say climate change because that can't be misconstrued.
Global cooling.
Yeah.
Well, what the heck? You lost me.
Yeah.
Now you're changing it.
Yeah. Oh, you know, because it's all bullshit. It always has been, and it always will be. 1930, airship R-100 made the first passenger-carrying flight from England to Canada. That's pretty cool. Yeah. 32, the Great Depression in Washington, D.C. U.S. troops dispersed the last of the bonus army of World War I veterans using arson, bayonets, sabers, tanks, tear gas, and vomit gas. So once again,
what's vomit gas?
Gas that makes you vomit.
Oh.
Yeah, like you breathe it in and it does something and it makes you. Maybe it's so putrid smelling that you just throw up out of the smell. I don't know, like, but they're like, you know, like, can you believe that soldiers who fought in World War I are being denied that what they were promised when they got back? Yeah. Those who did get back. Yeah. And then now they're marching because they're demanding what they're owed. Yeah. And then then the government uses current soldiers to, like this is a war crime.
Yeah, we talked about that yesterday.
Like, I want to bring it up for anybody who didn't watch us yesterday. You know, this is a crime against humanity. This is disgusting. 33, police shootout with Bonnie Parker and Clyde Barrow's gang in Iowa left one member, Clyde's brother, Buck Barrow, dead, and one captured. Bonnie and Clyde, though, escaped. I wonder who the captured one was. 37, Tongzu incident. East Hopei Army mutinied against Japanese troops and civilians. So that happened in Tongzu, China. 1938, an Olympic National Park was established in Washington State, featuring the longest undeveloped coastline in it says America, but I think it's the United States, but that's what this image is. I mean, this is gorgeous.
Yeah, you're not kidding.
Yeah, like, let's just do an image search just to see, like, you know, more of these just raw nature beauty. Like,
I always love the timber up on the shoreline.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's because, you know, you just carve it down, you got yourself a surfboard. You know? Like, self-surface, you know? Right there. Yeah, that's beautiful. 1942, Mom's Time. Although it's a year later, Eastern Boulevard in the Bronx, New York City, was renamed Bruckner Boulevard in honor of former Bronx Borough President and U.S. Congressman Henry Bruckner. 1942, as well, transport number 12 departed Drancy, France, with 1,001 French Jews sent to Auschwitz concentration camp. 5 survived until the war's end. Yikes. 43, 1 million inhabitants fled Hamburg. Yikes.
Gotta be Germany, right?
Yeah, Hamburg in Germany. You know, so.
43, that's kind of early. All of the writing's getting there, but.
What do you mean?
1943?
Yeah.
Why are they fleeting Hamburg because they had another year before the war was over.
Yeah, well, they're probably like just fleeing so they don't get forced into.
I guess.
Like, you know, you're an able-bodied, you're not a Jew. Here's a gun, fight. You know, I mean, they had kids as young as 6 years old armed with Panzerschrecks. Like, you know, it was nuts. 1943, we got that one. 1944, Allied air forces bombed Germany for 6 hours. Yeah, wow. 44 as well, MLB Cincinnati Reds, Frank McCormick hit a home run off New York Giants Ace Adams in both games of a doubleheader. Wow. Dunking on him. 54.
So they're hitting home runs and being bombed all on the same day.
Well, Germany.
44.
Yeah, well, Germany's getting bombed, and we're hitting home runs. Yes.
In the world.
Yeah, in the world on the same day. One area is getting bombed to shit, and the other place is just having fun, you know, and swinging the bat. Yeah. So, did they get the line though? 45, the BBC Light program radio station was launched for mainstream light entertainment and music. Loon's time, except it's a year later. We have 1947. A gas leak exploded in a beauty parlor, killing 10 women in Harrisburg, Virginia.
Wow. Now they're not looking too good.
Yikes. Wow, they're dead. Come on. 48, King George VI opened the 14th Summer Olympic Games at Wembley Stadium in London. After a hiatus of 12 years caused by World War II, it's the first Summer Olympics to be held since the 1936 Summer Olympics in Berlin, opened in London. Wow. Can you imagine, like, knowing that the last games was in Berlin, Germany, and then there was the war, and then now you're having it again?
Yeah.
Wow. Can you imagine the whiplash? Like, holy shit, dude. Woohoo! Wow. Hey, that was when, what's his face? The black guy, the athlete.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man.
Please help me. It's not Arthur Ashe. That's a tennis player.
No, he's a golf.
No,
He's a
tennis player. No.
Oh, come on. Oh, it's right there.
Jesse Owens.
Thank you.
I got it. Yeah, Jesse Owens showed Hitler who the real superior race is, if there is one, you know?
He stormed out of there.
Yeah, he pissed off Hitler. 49, Moscow ended the blockade of West Berlin. 1950, Pee Wee Reese hit his 3,000th home run for the Dodgers. So, 50, William Ing's stage drama Come Back Little Sheba, starring Shirley Booth and Sidney Blackmer, closed at the Booth Theater in New York City after 191 performances and 2 Tony Award wins.
Pee Wee Reese still played for the Dodgers when they moved out here. In 50, well, that would have been 56, 57. So yeah, I sure would have. So I saw him play.
Nice. 1950, during the Korean War, after 4 days, the No Gun Ri massacre ended with the U.S. Army 7th Cavalry Regiment was withdrawn. 52, first non-stop trans-Pacific flight by a jet. Pretty cool. So, like non-stop, so going across the entire Pacific Ocean in one hit by a jet. Couldn't do that with a prop. 53, U.S. bomber shot down by Soviet air defense forces in the Sea of Japan, north of Vladivostok. 54, publication of the Fellowship of the Ring. The first volume of the Lord of the Rings by J.R.R. Tolkien and by George Allen and Unwin in London. Good old Lord of the Rings. The theme song is in my head. 1955, Smokey Burge hit 3 home runs to help Pirates defeat Reds 16-5. I don't think they needed that. 16-5? I mean, you negate his 3 home runs, it's still 13-5.
Yeah, you still need everything.
How is he helping him? Like, how is this helping at all? Like, they already won. 1956, Jacques Cousteau's Calypso anchored in a record 7,500 meters of water. So I guess the Calypso is a ship.
Yeah.
And he had a very long rope. Like, I don't know how long it is.
Jacques Cousteau, that Calypso was his ship.
He was an oceanographer. There we go.
An
explorer and scientist. Yeah.
He had all kinds of documentaries on TV. It was really cool.
Meters to miles. 4.6 miles. 7,500 meters is 4.6 miles. That's a hell of a long anchor chain. It's a lot of weight. 1957, the International Atomic Energy Agency was formed and established by the United Nations. Tonight Show, starring Jack Parr, premiered on NBC, beginning the modern day talk show.
Jack Parr, kicked it off.
Yeah. 58, Southern Pacific Bay ferry stopped operating in San Francisco. Did they start again or something? Or it's weird. U.S. President Eisenhower signed into law the National Aeronautics and Space Act of 1958, establishing NASA.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the National Aeronautics and Space Administration.
Yeah.
Which there was a predecessor, but I forgot what it was called. Like predecessor to NASA. National Advisory Committee for Aeronautics. Yeah, that sounds. Yeah, NACA. That was it right there.
Okay.
So, you know what? I'm gonna throw NACA in here. NACA. What else we got? 1959, the first United States Congress elections in Hawaii as a state of the Union. 61, Bob Dylan was not seriously injured in a car accident in New York City. I mean, that almost sounds like, we live in an alternate timeline in which he was supposed to be.
Later, he was in a very serious, I believe it was motorcycle accident.
Well, interesting that you say that, because that is later, actually it's coming up, but we'll get to that here.
Yeah.
But 61, same day too.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. 61, Philadelphia Phillies lost 4-3 to the San Francisco Giants at Connie Mack Stadium. The first of an MLB record to waste 30 consecutive defeats. It's not a good record to have. 61, Wallis and Futuna Islands became a French overseas territory. 65, the Beatles movie Help had a royal premiere at the London Pavilion Theatre in the West End of London. Princess Margaret and the Earl of Snowdon attended. 65, Major League record, 26 strikeouts, Phillies 16 and Pirates at 10. And, pardon me. 65, Vietnam War, the first 4,101st Airborne Division paratroopers arrived in Vietnam, landing at Cam Ranh Bay. 66, Bob Dylan is hurt in a motorcycle accident near Woodstock, New York. That actually, I kind of got a little bit of chills when you're like, oh, blah, blah, motorcycle accident. I'm like, wow. Do you know that it happened on today too?
Yeah.
Really wild that you brought that up, that you knew about that. 66, first show by rock trio Cream, consisting of guitarist Eric Clapton, bassist Jack Bruce, and drummer Ginger Baker, at the Twisted Wheel nightclub in Manchester, England. I always found the word ginger very interesting, especially when I learned that you can rearrange it and have a very disgusting word.
I don't even want to think of what it is.
The N word.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
Ginger. Now move them around.
Well, that's because he's a redhead, obviously.
What?
Ginger Baker was a redhead, hence the name Ginger.
Was that a nickname or was that his actual legal name?
He may have been. I always thought it was his name.
I was going with a joke, by the way. I was just going to say, you rearrange the words.
Yeah.
And then, gingers are known to have no souls, and blacks have all the soul. Soul food, soul music, making a really stupid joke here.
Wow. Dumb.
Yeah. 1966, Nigerian counter-coup, head of State General IOYO Ironsi was assassinated by a group of northern Nigerian officers and soldiers. 67, at 6.5 earthquake struck Caracas, Venezuela, causing significant damage. So during the fourth day of celebrating its 400th anniversary, the city of Caracas, Venezuela was shaken by an earthquake, leaving approximately 500 dead. Wow, so during celebrations, no less. That's kind of almost seems like an act of God. It's I don't approve of this. Death. 1967, a fire aboard the aircraft carrier USS Forrestal in the Gulf of Tonkin killed 134 sailors. So during the Vietnam War off the coast of North Vietnam, the Forrestal caught fire, and the worst U.S. naval disaster since World War II, killing 134. And I do have an image of that right there.
Do we know how it caught fire?
No real idea. I mean, this is afterwards. You can see the steel deck melted and everything. Aircraft on fire. I don't know how it caught fire. You know what? I'm going to look this up. USS Forrestal fire. It was engaged in combat in the Gulf of Tonkin during the Vietnam War. The fire was caused by an inadvertently fired rocket. The rocket was a Zuni rocket on F-4B Phantom, rupturing an external fuel tank of an A-4 Skywalker.
Oh,
so it sounds like a positioned aircraft, I guess being loaded or getting ready to go, something screwy happened. So it was like a self-inflicted wound.
Yeah.
So, USS 4 Pistol. Throw that in there. 1967 as well, the Doors single "Light My Fire" hit #1 in the U.S.
Oh, that was
and
huge.
we have this right here.
Oh, there we
While
go.
I'm playing that, would you mind reopening the door? I think they're done. We're going to end it there because of copyright.
Yeah. Now, here's a little story on that. That was there. Obviously, they like that song. That's the original album. They
Oh.
like that song the best on the album. And the record company wanted to shorten it so they could make a single out of it.
Huh.
They said, no, you'll ruin the damn song. You're not shortening it at all.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I don't know where, like, just because an artist
they're
agreed
looking
to
for
work,
money.
I understand, but, like, let artists be artists, You're there to make the money. The artists are there to make the content. You're not there to make the content. Shut the fuck up and make the money.
Okay.
Not you, but like
Yeah, I know, but that's not the way the world works.
they're overextending.
Anyway, so they compromised and let him bring it out, a short version, in a single. So when it aired on the radio, you never knew if the short version or the long version was coming on.
Oh.
And if they played the short version, they get calls in and be people pissed off.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like they're digging their hand into the other person's cookie jar. Stay in your own lane, producers.
Because you can't.
Like,
the long version has all the really good guitar work.
It sounds like royalty. 1968, the Arenal volcano erupted in Costa Rica, killing 87 people and burying 3 small villages. 68 as well, Graham Parsons refused to play with the Birds in South Africa, probably because of apartheid. 69, Mariner 6 began transmitting distant encounter photos of Mars. So let's take a look at this. Okay, I guess these are something? That's way too clear. That can't be right. No. I don't know, I guess somewhere like this, probably. I don't know. If anybody can find us some actual images of pertaining to this article here.
Now, just to back up, the Birds were an English group.
So
that's where you're having the problem.
Okay.
They wouldn't play with them.
But I wasn't saying the Birds were from South Africa. I'm just saying.
No, I know.
They're probably not. They don't want to go there because of apartheid. They don't want to be anything to do with South Africa. Or was it because they had a problem with the Birds, Graham Parsons?
Apparently, they didn't want to play with them. It says refuses to play with the Birds. So Graham Parsons had the problem. Now, I don't know
in
why.
South Africa.
In South Africa.
Well, did they have a problem with the Birds, or did they have a problem with South Africa?
I don't know.
That's what I'm wondering.
I see what you're saying. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're probably right. It's probably South Africa where the problem was.
Because especially now, but the same probably could be said to a certain extent, throughout all time. If you're a public figure and you're seen in an area, doing a gig or whatever, in a place that has something like apartheid, that's going to hurt your image.
A lot of people just morally don't want to do it.
Yeah. 72, singer-songwriter Gilbert O'Sullivan started a 5-week run at #1 with the single "Alone Again Naturally," and that's actually this one right here. We all know this song.
Trying to get it. Let's get into it here, guys. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a good song. What else do we got here? We got that one. 1973, Greek plebiscite chose republic over monarchy, beginning the first period of the Metapolisovisi. Now, what is a plebiscite, you may ask? You know what a plebiscite is?
I know the word.
I've heard of the word, and we've looked this up here, but it's just not still in my head. Yeah. So, it is a type of voting or of proposing laws. Some definitions of plebiscite suggest that it is a type of vote to change the constitution or government of a country, Others define it as the opposite. Australia defines referendum as a vote to change the constitution, and plebiscite as a vote that does not affect the constitution. Okay, so it really depends from state, from country to country. Plebiscites. So I guess there is no unified agreed term for this. 73, Led Zeppelin had more than $200,000 in cash stolen from a safe deposit box at the New York Hilton Hotel.
Oh, man.
That sucks.
Yeah.
73, driver Roger Williamson was killed during the Dutch Grand Prix after a suspected tire failure caused his car to pitch into the barriers at high speed. 74, Episcopal Church ordained female priest. Cool. MLB St. Louis Cardinals Lou Brock stole his 700th base.
Wow.
Dang. House Judiciary Committee approved a second article of impeachment against President Richard Nixon, charging him with abuse of power for misusing federal agencies and interfering with lawful investigations during the Watergate scandal. Yeah, he was scumbag all the way. 75, Ford became the first U.S. president to visit Auschwitz concentration camp. 75 as well, military coup by General Mohammed led to an ousting of Nigerian President Yakubu Gowon. 76 in New York City, the son of Sam killed one person and seriously wounded another in the first of a series of attacks.
Yeah.
So David Barakowitz, also known as the son of Sam. 76, Seychelles gained independence. This is their Independence Day, so we have another one here. 78, Stady and Penny Dean swam the English Channel in a record 7 hours and 40 minutes. Record held until 95.
Wow.
Nice.
That's a long time.
Yeah. 78, on Old Timers Day, the New York Yankees announced that Billy Martin will return as the New York Yankees manager in 1980, and Bob Lemon will become the general manager. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
In 1980, David Bowie starred in the dramatic stage play The Elephant Man at the Auditorium Theater in Denver, Colorado. Iran adopted a new holy flag after the Islamic Revolution. So I'm just going to show this really quick. That's their flag, and that's all the airtime that they get, because fuck Iran right now. 1981, anti-apartheid protesters against the Springbok rugby tour are confronted by police who use batons to stop them from marching to South African consulate in New Zealand. Wow. Wow. Way to prove them, their point, guys, 81, Cleveland Metro Park Zoo Amphitheater was dedicated in Cleveland, Ohio. For whatever reason, I marked that because I thought it'd be cool. I've looked this up. Interesting looking amphitheater.
Ooh, yeah.
But, you're just facing the water. What are you amphitheatering for? Is a stage play going to be on these large areas? Where do you sit? So, I don't know. What else do we got here? 1981, deposed Iranian President Abdul Hassan Banisadr fled to Paris after being smuggled aboard on Iranian Air Force Boeing 707, having shaved his eyebrows and mustache and dressed in a skirt. Wow. So, other source, after impeachment on June 21st, Abdul Hassan Banisadr fled with Hassoud Rajavi to Paris in an Iranian Air Force Boeing 707 piloted by Colonel Bezed Moezi to form the National Council of Resistance of Iran while he's dressed as a woman. Freaking, just give it up, bro. 81 as well, a worldwide television audience of around 750 million people watched the wedding of Charles, Prince of Wales, and Lady Diana Spencer at St. Paul's Cathedral in London. Who cares, dude?
Your mom watched it.
Well, mom is a female. They tend to like useless slop like that. 83, Friday Night Videos, a late night music program premiered on NBC TV. MLB San Diego Padres first baseman Steve Garvey ended his National League record of 1,207 consecutive game streak. Nice. 84, Stadium cyclists Alexei Grewal and Connie Carpenter won the road race double around the streets on Mission Viejo at the Los Angeles Olympics. Oh, wow. I know where that is. 85 as well, the 19th NASA Space Shuttle mission, 51G, Challenger 8 launched. That would have been a nothing article had it not been for the other source saying Space Shuttle Challenger launched on STS-51F. The shuttle ended up in a lower orbit than planned due to an engine failure during ascent. Now, primary source says 51G. I just read 51F. So, was it 51G or 51F? Let me look that one up really quick. It's because, that is a discrepancy. So we're looking for 1985 here. So 1920s, 1970s, 81, 85. No, it says 51F. Okay, so we have a discrepancy. 1985 as well, Tina Turner filmed the music video for the song One of the Living at Eastern State Penitentiary in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The song is from the film Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, in which she co-starred with Mel Gibson.
Yeah, I remember that.
I have not seen that movie yet. 86, England cricket batsman Dennis Amiss scored his 100th first-class century, playing for Warwickshire versus Lancashire at Edgbaston. Okay. 86 as well, New York jury ruled the National Football League violated antitrust laws and awarded United States Football League $1 in damages. Just $1. Okay. I mean,
it wasn't about the money. It was about legality.
Yeah. Ao's time. Can I get through my life in 4 minutes?
No.
1987, Ben & Jerry's Ice Cream and Jerry Garcia agreed on a new flavor, Cherry Garcia, featuring cherry ice cream with cherries and fudge flakes. Huh. If it wasn't for the GMO poison, I'd actually enjoy that. We also have British Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher and President of France, Francois Mitterrand, signed the agreement to build a tunnel under the English Channel. The Channel Tunnel, the Channel. Prime Minister of India, Rajiv Gandhi, and President of Sri Lanka, J.R. Jayawardenepal signed the Indo-Sri Lanka Accord on Ethic Issues. 86, the FDIC bailed out First Republic Bank in Dallas with $4 billion tax dollars. Gorbachev pushed a plan to elect a Soviet president and parliament in March of 1989. Good. 88 as well. Rick Sutcliffe stole home, becoming the first pitcher since Pascal Perez in 1984 to do so. So 4 years until another pitcher did it. 88, South African government banned anti-apartheid film Cry Freedom. It's terrible. 89, Philadelphia Phillies retired number 32 in honor of pitcher Steve Carlton. Yep, Vince Coleman's record streak stopped at 50 consecutive stolen bases. 1990, Boston Red Sox set a major league record with 12 doubles in a game. Well, yeah, we also have South Africa Communist Party began first legal conference. 91, first Sunday night game at Shea Stadium. Mets defeated the Cubs 6-0. 91 as well, Yankee Stadium fans threw cups and blow-up dolls at Jose Canseco. Why? Like, that's such a weird thing. Blow-up dolls. Like, I'm not finding,
blow-up doll night or something.
Yeah. Or like, what was it, like, some kind of scandal or something? Was he caught with a blow-up doll? Like, is this some trolling thing?
I don't know this incident, but he ended up playing for Oakland, and maybe he wasn't with the Yankees anymore, and they were pissed at him for leaving.
Huh?
I'm guessing.
I don't know. You know what? Let's see
guess.
here. Why did people throw blow-up dolls at Jose Canseco? That's a weird question to ask. Let's see here. Bombarded with assorted objects. No, go away. Let's see here. Unruly flame.
Oakland of, well, you don't put it that way. Oakland of Jose Canseco is bombed by assorted objects. So he used to play in New York.
Yeah.
And he probably left them, and they got pissed, so they threw stuff at him.
The Yankee game at Yankee Stadium, Oakland, OF. Jose, what is outfielder?
Oh, outfielders, not of.
Yeah, Jose Canseco. Yeah, because it's in caps. I was just thinking like OnlyFans. OnlyFans didn't exist, Jose Canseco was bombarded with assorted objects by unruly fans, including among the objects are an inflatable doll, a transistor radio, and a head of cabbage. Oakland escaped it with a 10-8 victory. Okay, so it says one inflatable doll. This source said multiple, so I don't know. So I think you're right with that.
Yeah.
What else we got here? 92, Estonian actor Ray Sharkey was arrested for narcotic possession. What was the narcotic? Cannabis?
I know that name.
Ray Sharkey?
I don't know why. I just have heard that name before.
Let's
don't need to know much about him, but it's
Ray Sharkey. Check out his wiki. Let's see here. What was he in?
I don't know.
Well, I'm not asking you. I'm just asking. Body Rock, Heartbeat, Paradise Alley, Wired. cop and a half.
Nothing I would know about.
PI, private investigation. I'm trying to see anything that all in the family. Oh, he was just a man at clinic. So, so he's been in various things. Huh. What else we got here? 1992, Stadium Michael Ray Barrowman swam a world record in the 200-meter breaststroke, 2 minutes to 10.16 seconds at the World Championships in Perth, Australia, breaking his own record he set back in August of 91. 92 as well, Yevgeny Sadiovi, whatever, of the unified team swam a world record in the 400-meter freestyle in 3 minutes 45 seconds flat to complete the 200 to 400-meter freestyle double at the Barcelona Olympics. 1 year later, Cincinnati Reds pitcher Thomas Browning was arrested for marijuana possession. 93, Israeli Court of Appeal overturned conviction of John Demjanjuk 5-0, stating insufficient evidence he was a concentration camp guard Ivan the Terrible. So the Supreme Court of Israel acquitted alleged Nazi death camp guard John Demjanjuk of all charges, and he was set free. Remember the other day we were talking about, was he accusing or was he being accused of being Ivan the Terrible? So Israel was accusing him.
Yes.
And then they figured out he wasn't. You know, like, that's what I was saying. You know, they wanted blood so bad, and this guy almost gave it to him. 94. 200,000 Muslims demanded the death of feminist writer Talsma Nasrin in Bangladesh.
Yeah.
Friggin'.
He wrote something negative about Muhammad.
Well, I mean, if you want to look at, how people can be violent, just look at Islam. So. 94, Stadium Minister and anti-abortionist Paul Jennings Hill murdered Dr. John Britton and Britton's bodyguard, retired Air Force Lieutenant Colonel James Barrett, outside an abortion clinic in Pensacola, Florida. Yikes. Former Italian Prime Minister Bettino Craxi received an 8.5-year jail sentence on corruption charges. He fled to Tunisia, never to return to Italy. What a coward. 94, India Army killed 27 Muslim militants. Here we go again. Jesse Timidikwa snuggled and murdered Megan Kanka at the age of 7, resulting in Megan's Law.
Oh,
we all know about Megan's Law.
Yeah.
So,
that's right.
Yep. So this is when it happened. Megan's Law is a name for a federal law and informal name for similar state laws in the United States requiring law enforcement authorities to make information available to the public regarding registered sex offenders. You want to read any more about this?
No,
I'm not saying you. I'm saying if you.
Okay.
I'm talking to the camera.
Gotcha.
9 times out of 10, I'm talking to the camera here. So if you want to read more about this, I'm putting this in the underbar description section right now. So Megan's Law. There we go. What else do we got here? 1995, Carolina Panthers defeated Jacksonville Jaguars in their first NFL exhibition game, 20-14. Monica Seles defeated Martina Navratilova in her return to tennis after she was stabbed in an on-court attack in 93.
Yeah.
In 96, MLB Los Angeles Dodgers manager Tommy Lasorda retired with a record of 1,599 to 1,439. I guess wins to losses.
Yeah.
4 National League pennants and 2 World Series championships. That's a hell of a career.
Oh, he was a great manager.
96 as well, the controversial child protection portion of the Communications Decency Act of 96 was struck down as too broad by a U.S. federal court. So I'm going to look this up here. So the Communications Decency Act. I'll just throw this. What made it too broad? So Communications Decency Act. Put that there. I'm asking, if any viewer wants to look this up, let us know what made it too broad. Why was it struck down specifically, and has that been remedied, or is there still a gaping hole for children's rights and securities, legally? 99, deadliest mass shooting in Georgia, United States history. Gunmen targeted Atlanta area day trading firms, killing 12 and injuring 13 others. 2001, The Princess Diaries, starring Anne Hathaway in her film debut, featuring Julie Andrews and directed by Gary Marshall, premiered at El Capitan Theater in Hollywood. 2005, astronomers announced their discovery of the dwarf planet Eris. All right, so let's do an image search of this. So, we have Eris, and dysnomia. All right. 2009, the temperature reached 103 degrees Fahrenheit or 39.44 Celsius in Seattle, Washington, the hottest day on record. 2010, the Walt Disney Company announced the sale of Miramax Films to Film Yard Holdings for $660 million. I don't know why they didn't throw in another six there, knowing Disney. We also have an overloaded passenger ferry capsized on the Kasai River in Bandung Province, Democratic Republic of the Congo, resulting in at least 80 deaths. 2012, Tropical Storm Kannan killed 88 people and left 60,000 homeless in North Korea. 365 days later, 300 prisoners were freed after a Taliban attack in Dera Ismail Khan, Pakistan. 2013 as well, 44 people were killed in a wave of car bombings in Iraq. Usually, like, that number would be a little bit low, but I mean, just like a wave of car bombings, 44 people. This is these are lives. These are people like you, me, you out there, like, ended. 44 of it. Like, it's just, it is so sad, like, how numbers just become statistics.
Very sad.
Like, they're still lives. 44 of them gone. In one day. Over what? Why? 2013, the United States Coast Guard opened a new headquarters in Washington, D.C., and was officially designated as the Douglas A. Munro Coast Guard Headquarters Building in honor of the USCG, the United States Coast Guard's only World War II Medal of Honor recipient. So a Coast Guard got a medal. What did he do? That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
2013 as well. 103 million euro worth of diamonds was stolen from the Carlton Intercontinental Hotel in Cannes, France.
Whoa. 2
passenger trains collided in the Swiss municipality of Greims-Prez-Marnard near Lausanne, injuring 25 people, so no deaths. That's good. 2014, authorities reversed a ban on steel string guitars in prison cells in England and Wales after a campaign by rock guitarists including Billy Bragg, David Gilmour, and Johnny Marr. Dude, it's prison. First off, like, if you have a guitar, like, you're getting, like, so much extraordinarily good treatment. It's a fucking prison.
Yeah.
Number 2, steel strings, that's a weapon.
Yeah.
Okay? Like, how stupid.
But they reversed the ban.
Yeah, I know, stupid. They should enforce the ban. 2014, Chicago Cubs player John Baker scored in the bottom of the 16th for a 4-3 win over the Colorado Rockies at Wrigley Field in the longest game of 6 hours, 27 minutes in Cubs history. France contributed 8 million euros to aid in Gaza, or in aid to Gaza. Yeah, Gaza's just getting their teeth kicked in constantly. Then we also have 100 Gazans were killed overnight by Israeli strikes. Where's the justification in that? There is none. It's a colonization. 2015, 27 people were killed and 149 were injured after a truck ran into a religious procession in Zacatecas, Mexico. Microsoft launched Windows 10. I remember when that was a whole big thing because, you had Windows like this, that, then you had XP and then all that Vista, whatever. And then it skipped a few numbers and went to 10 or whatever. It was really weird. We also have Mullah Muhammad Omar, Taliban leader, was confirmed dead. He was killed in 2013 by the Afghan government, so they finally told us. Over 3,500 migrants in 2 days attempted to enter the Channel Tunnel at Calais to cross into Britain. That's an invasion. Part of missing aircraft of MH370, the Malaysian Airlines Flight 370, was discovered on the island of Reunion. Rather fitting name than Reunion, reunified, with the chunk. But, I guess, hold on a second. This one, here it is. So, there are images of this. I think it might have been, like, that's a big chunk right there. I'm not sure if that's the same chunk. You have, like, various other pieces and chunks and whatnot. So, they found pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else we got here? In 2015, Zion Harvey became the first pediatric patient, so that's a kid, to receive a double hand transplant at Children's Hospital of Philadelphia.
Man,
wow.
It worked.
Well, let's see. Yeah, there he is. So there's his bandages. Yeah, that I wonder. Yeah, that's going to be very interesting to see.
Really a complex surgery.
All the blood vessels, the arteries, tendons, the bones, the nerves, tendons, everything. and like blood type. Will the body like that could potentially kill them if the body rejects it. It could cause an infection and can really be
True.
disastrous really quick.
True.
Because 2016, Hillary Clinton accepted the Democratic nomination for U.S. president at the Democratic Convention in Philadelphia, becoming the first woman nominated by a major U.S. party. We covered that yesterday, right, or the day before?
I'm not sure, but we did cover it.
Yeah, because I made that Animal House thing. Hillary Clinton, remember that? 2017, terrorist plot to bring down a plane was averted in Sydney, Australia. 4 were arrested. 2018, a 6.4 magnitude earthquake struck the island of Lombok, Indonesia, killing at least 14. Chipper Jones, Alan Trammell, Trevor Hoffman, Vladimir Guerrero, Jim Thom, and Jack Morris were inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown, New York. Demonstrations calling for safer roads by students began in Dhaka, Bangladesh. Ethiopian state funeral for murdered dam engineer Semigunu Berkeley in Addis Ababa prompted unrest. Why? He's some random civil engineer guy who got killed. You don't want him to have honor? What the fuck? Like, stupid. Hun Sen's Cambodian People's Party claimed to have won all 125 seats in the country's general election amid widespread criticism of a sham vote. Gee, you think? They got all the seats? Yeah. Bullshit. Palestinian teenage activist Ahid Tamimi was released from prison after 8 months. 2019, prison riot killed 58, with 16 decapitated in a battle between rival factions at Altamira Prison, Para State, Brazil. Holy crap. A record for the longest run at the top of the U.S. singles chart was set by country rap single Old Town Road by Lil Nas 10, remixed with Billy Ray Cyrus, reaching number 1 for 17 weeks. I don't know who these people are, so whatever. This guy looks like a creepo. I mean, look at that. Yeah. What's with that face? Looking at a piece of cake or something? What's going on there? 2020, scaled back Hajj pilgrimage began in Saudi Arabia without foreigners. Well, that's stupid. Like, I know that that's because of the pandemic and all that shit, but the whole point of the pilgrimage is because you're foreign going to the Hajj.
Yeah.
What's the point of having it if you're not letting people do their fucking Hajj? What the hell?
They're trying to keep it to a minimum, I guess. Because of the pandemic.
Yeah, I know the reason. It's still stupid. 2021, Australian canoeist Jessica Fox won the inaugural women's C1 slalom gold medal at the Tokyo Olympic Games with a time of 109.96 seconds. We also have Australian swimmer Emma McKeon won the women's 100 meter freestyle gold medal in an Olympic record 51.96 at the Tokyo Olympics, her 8th career gold medal. Yikes.
I want an Australian to give you a grade on your what do you call it? What would you call
accent?
it? Accent, yeah.
I give it 3 drop bears out of a kangaroo. 2021, Chinese team of Yang Junjuan, Tang Muhan, Zhang Yufi, and Li Bingji smashed the 4x200 meter freestyle relay world record with a time of 7 minutes 40.33 seconds at the Tokyo Olympics. Minor medalists USA and Australia also beat the previous record. 2021 as well, Croatian rowing brothers Martin and Valent Sinkovic team to win coxless pair gold at the Tokyo Olympics, the pair's second Olympic gold after winning double sculls in 2016. Coxless and sculls. What is happening with rowing? That's weird. Flash floods killed at least 60 people in Kamdesh, eastern Afghanistan. Yeah, people don't realize how dangerous flash flooding can seriously be. Like,
yeah. Yeah.
I mean, like, you think, like, out in the desert, if it suddenly rains because it's been so dry, the ground's just going to soak it all up. No, it's not. It's been so dry for so long, it's got compacted, and the water really, there's not much, like, in there. It will not act like a sponge, and it's all going to pool up and start going, Yep. And then that's when it becomes dangerous, because once it gets speed, it starts picking up things, and that's when you're in for a world of hurt, 2021, flash floods, we got that one. Following Simon Biles' withdrawal, teammate Sunisa Lee became the first Hmong American Olympic champion in any sport, winning a women's artistic individual all-around gymnastics gold in Tokyo. Russian backstroke swimmer Evgeny Rylov wrapped up the 100/200 meter double with an Olympic record of 1 minute 53.27 seconds in the longer event at the Tokyo Olympic Games. South African swimmer Tatjana Schoenemacher set a new women's 200 meter breaststroke world record in 2 minutes 18.95 seconds at the Tokyo Olympics, defeating the Canadian pair of Lily King and Annie Laser. The International Space Station temporarily spun out of control, moving the ISS 45 degrees out of altitude following an engine malfunction of Russian module Nakua. It's always the Russians.
Spun out of control.
Yeah, so now what's really interesting is like on the primary source here, or secondary source, it says attitude. You see it right there? It says it's 45 degrees out of attitude. Like that's a typo right there. Website. I guess I should have shown it to the camera there. While I'm looking for it again, 2022. Rebecca Vardy lost her UK libel trial against Colleen Rooney in the so-called Wagatha Christie trial over Rooney accusing Vardy of leaking stories to the Sun newspaper. So yeah, here it is on the secondary source. Not sure if you can pause it, get a better, get this clearer, and the camera's not picking this up that well, but the link to this source is already in the underbar, so you can just go download it on your phone or whatever and look it up yourself. 2023, 46,000-year-old minuscule pair of roundworms revived from their cryptobiotic state after being frozen in Siberian permafrost, proving life can be stopped and then restarted according to scientists. We are playing God too much. We shouldn't be doing this. 2023 as well, a 1978 Toyota Land Cruiser named the Mud Crab drove 7 kilometers underwater at 30 feet deep to cross Darwin's Harbor, likely breaking world records. Well, it's been 3 years. Why haven't we figured out if it's broken a record yet? But yeah, here it is. Just an open-topped Jeep, just driving casually under the water. That's not it right there. But that's not it either. That's a submersible. Where's the image that I just had?
I don't know.
What the hell? Why is it not showing up again? That's weird. Alright. What else do we got here? 2023, infamous lunch in Leongatha, Australia, resulted in 3 deaths from suspected mushroom poisoning. The cook, Erin Patterson, was later arrested for murder.
Ooh.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, she didn't like her in-laws. Now, she didn't want to kill them, but she wanted to poison them and make them feel sick as just punishment for existing, because females are crazy these days. They can just get away with whatever. And they're like, oh, I was on my period, But no, so she was doing this, and she unintentionally killed people. And now, thank goodness, because we reported on this, that she's in prison now, I believe. So, 2024, United States' gross national debt topped $35 trillion for the first time, according to the U.S. Treasury Department. So that means you need 35 Elon Musks to equate to the debt of this country. That is crazy. 2024, fast food chain McDonald's reported a fall in sales worldwide for the first time since 2020 as higher prices affected demand. Well, now people are getting tired of eating your crap. Gaza declared a polio epidemic, blaming the Israeli military offensive for its spread. I wouldn't put it past Israel to stoop down to doing that. Heavy rain after a prolonged drought caused partial collapse of a pyramid estimated at 1,100 years old at its Tutu archaeological zone, Michoacan, Mexico. So that's it right there.
Yeah.
And there are now it's a pyramid-like structure, like it's some kind of long thing.
Okay.
So it's some structure, but it's built like a pyramid style.
Yeah.
But it's not a pyramid. It's like a rectangular pyramid. But yeah, so that's the partial collapse right there. Still, pretty wild. That's it from the air. Look at that.
Ooh.
Yeah. What else we got here? 2024, a knife attack at a children's dance event in Southport, England, killed 3 children and injured 8. The 17-year-old attacker was arrested. So 3 children were stabbed to death and 10 other people injured at a dance studio in Southport, England. This incident, coupled with widespread online misinformation, led to various racially motivated riots across the UK. Oh, so there you go. So it was a Muslim, and now they're saying, oh, blah, blah, Like, now you're being white supremacist. You're getting angry at the Muslims for coming over here and killing us. Well, what are they doing? They're coming over here and they're killing us. They're forcing us to convert. They're trying to push their laws on us. That thing that happened in Belfast just a few weeks ago. One of these Islamists just casually just walks up to a guy and just starts trying to cut his head off.
Yeah.
Just because he can. These people are violent. Prove me wrong. So. 2024, Michael Young of Germany won his third Olympic individual event, gold medal on Chipmunk FRH at the Paris equestrian venue at the Chateau de Versailles. Nicolas Maduro was declared the winner of Venezuela's presidential election, giving him a third 6-year term amid accusations of widespread fraud.
Gee,
we ended that, fairly early.
Yeah.
We impeached him.
Yeah.
So, forcefully. Russian mercenary troops ambushed during a sandstorm near Tinzaouitan in Mali by separatist rebels, killing 50 people. And just this time last year, in 2025, 65,000 fans celebrated England's women's national football team, the Lionesses, after winning Euro 2025 against Spain. All right. And that shall conclude the show. Once again, please check the other part of the description below for any links that you may find interesting. A lot of history has and continues to be made on a daily basis, so we can only bring you a portion between our two sources. We've gone through all 43 pages, everything that we just went through, right there. I just showed it to you.
Yep.
What's the code word for today? Let us know that you're still watching.
NACA.
NACA. I don't know, that sounds a little...
That's prelude to NASA.
Oh, NACA. Okay, yeah. NACA. Put NACA in the comment section. Let us know that you're still watching up until this point. Anyway, for your dose of Badass Events Daily, we stream at 5 p.m. Pacific Time, 6 Mountain, 7 Central, and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, respectively. For all of you and all of us, I am Alexander.
Golden Loon.
And you are you. And until you catch us next time, whenever it is, wherever it is, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe. Toodles!